We'll try that again. I muted myself. Hi, you're watching TRACC, the TCR Championship, Season 3, Round 2, at Autodrom Must. There we go. Beautiful. I am great at this. We're having a lot of technical issues tonight, most of which are my fault. We'll fix them. We'll fix them as we go along. And we're also going to talk about, this whole race thing, because I didn't know there were more than one racetrack in the Czech Republic. I digress. There apparently is. Now, let's just skip the whole forward thing. Let's just go straight to the championship. There was a Dutch guy, he won a lot. But that's irrelevant, because number 2 and 3 are not present tonight. And neither are number 4. So we might actually, for the first time in 4 months, have a new championship leader. And just gonna fix some buttons here. I'm still fixing the game audio, so we're just gonna cut to a classic Julian Stresser track guide while I try to fix the audio, and then we'll cut to qualifying. So, cover your ears. This might be loud.
We start off a lap. Where else should it be? On the start-finish straight. We're trying to stay on the left here because the first corner is a right-hander. Braking at about 120 meters into the first corner. We can cut the insides here a bit, but it's very finicky. Do not go too heavily on the cutting front on all of the 3 apexes of this chicane first corner. And now just stay on the red and white wherever you can. We're really cutting almost all of the corners. So on the outside here, go for a late apex, because we're now coming onto what is basically the back straight at this point. Have a slight left kink in here. At about 70, we're braking and cutting heavily on this right-hander. Now through the marital sign we go. About at 70, we're braking again. And here you have to watch out for the treacherous lift-off oversteer that you're gonna get with any front-wheel car. But other than that, we are now on basically the third straight, the slight left kink, and braking at about 90, 80, 90, somewhere thereabouts. You can go quite heavily on the outside here, on the outside cutting front. As you see, this is still valid. And we come across the line.
There we go. Everything should be fixed, and we are already underway with qualifying. I had this weird audio bug where every car sounds like a wasp stuck in a puddle of, I don't know, mayonnaise, I guess. And weirdly enough, it just fixed itself going into qualifying. Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of qualifying audio. We'll start with Björn Peter, currently 5th in the championship. I think I said it earlier, we only have a meager 7 drivers today. There's been some debate as to why we only have 7. We just update the graphics here. Why we only have 7 guys, and I say it's Autodrom Must. A track I've never heard of until last week when I was told, hey, you're casting this race. Anyway, let's see. Björn Peter goes out on his opening lap. He's out lap. No. Sorry? First hot lap. It's a great start today. Yes. Obviously, no. What? He disappeared. Or no, he did not. Why is the game decided to switch drivers mid-sentence? Thanks. But we did get to see Lukas Fisher up ahead. It is a very German grid today with no less than 3 Germans. And whatever that pile of gravel was, that was German too, wasn't it? Anyway, as I said, I don't know this track, but it looks fun. Let's see, where is these? It's the timer info. Is the lap invalid? Is that why it doesn't time it? Now, we'll just cut to Lukas Fisher, who will be setting the provisional pole position. And, you know, in front of Colin Barker, who will be setting a bit of banker lap. He is definitely faster than that. As he showed last week, where he had 2 pretty decent races, which is why he is number 3 in the championship. Let's see who else can we find. It's Klein coming in. I want to say this is his first race in the league. I do not quite remember, to be honest. But he does come in with a respectable 1:39.9. Coming in from last week, it's Pavel Stupinski and Saudius Slorinavicius, and also stuck in the pits, last week's probably second most fun guy, Alexis Jones. Now, it is a small grid, yes, but as we saw last week, you don't need a big grid to have a hilarious race, and you know what? I'm optimistic. As just now read the chat and I see, hey, Julian knows 16 active racetracks in the Czech Republic. Why are there 16 tracks there? Why? If anyone knows the answer, please let me know. Alright, let's just check here. The audio still works. Lukas Fisher has almost beat your leaderboard record, right, Julian? What is your leaderboard record? Ah yeah, Colin Barker on the pole now. That was about time, I think. $1:39.4 says Julian he can do. Well, Barker has done a 1:39.5. Right, Lucas here because he has a purple sector in Sector 1. Which is 400ths. Wait, you're 400ths? Is that right? Yeah, 400ths. He's just going to be switching between Barker and Fisher. They are the fastest guys today, obviously. No Nils van der Kerkeld, who I think he's at work. And no Hungarian Cedar, because I don't think they own the track. But let's see Barker coming in here. That is, yeah, he is behind. Lukas Fisher setting the pole again, though. We're just gonna switch between new cars. Fisher with a 1:39.429. So there's that. Actually, with the right angle, we can actually see both of them. I see. No, Björn Peter did set a lap, and so did Pavel Stupinski. In a Hyundai, which I think we don't race Hyundais enough. Anyway, I did some reading on this track because that's what you're supposed to do. They actually did a European Le Mans Series race here back in 2001. I believe this was before they reconfigured the track, but I don't think it's big enough to have a prototype on it. That's just me. More recently, it does truck racing. And also the German TCR series. So, I mean, hey, we got TCRs now. Let's see. 3 guys have invalid laps, including Barker and Fisher. Pinsky's half a second down, but even half a second means he could make it into a... No, I think more or less the same lap, actually. Now this, however, green sector. I should try this track. There appears to be a lot of runoff as... Now that has to be a bug. That is not a purple lap. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what he did. The game said purple, but that was definitely not a purple lap. So we're gonna cut off to Alexis Jones, who was only last in qualifying, 4 seconds down. Adjust my seat here. Gotta get nice and cozy for this. Ooh! That's a yellow flag. Now let's go look at Colin Barker. Green sector. 3 thousandths down on Fisher. It will be interesting to see how these sausage curbs on the inside actually affect stuff. Because they're not on all corners. But they're on at least 2 of them. Not gonna be a pole lap. But you only have 7 guys. Qualifying is not the most important, especially since we flip the entire grid for race 2. But I digress. Let's see what Julian is riding. 16 race tracks in the Czech Republic. 4 are street tracks only used for motorcycle races. 1 is for cars, 6 is for dirt, and the other 5 is Brunner, Moss, and 3 tiny ones he didn't name. There we go. Now we learned something today. Aslo Radovicius is actually to the lap time out of blue. Putting him in 6th. Let's go look at Mikkel Klein. 2 green sectors. Three green sectors. It is obviously not a pole, but it does bring him up. It defends his third position. Alovinovich also with a green sector. A very long first sector, followed by an also very long second sector, and a really tiny third sector. I don't get that layout, but it is how it is. Let's see. He should be able to challenge Björn Peter. Depending, of course, on how much speed he has. Let's see. Yep, definitely takes Björn Peter. 144. Is Fisher idling around, I guess? Let's see if we can do just one more really fast lap. Jack will switch on to bumper cam because we don't use that enough. Very flat track, actually. I just realized. Sorry about that. How is his first sector? It's questionable so far. That is 2/10 behind. Let's see, Alexis Jones has a green sector. Which, obviously, is not difficult when you're 4 seconds down, but try anyway. It is not gonna be a world beater, but a time is a time sometimes. I just now realized that was almost a pun. Well, it is an improved lap. He got second off his time. Now, speaking of people, Björn Peter has apparently spent his week practicing solder. This is not solder. Although solder is a great track, no doubt. And there are a lot of similarities between Belgium and the Czech Republic. Most of which involving beer and loud music. But still, let's see if he can do something to get out of 6th position. As I'm being told, there's a yellow flag somewhere. As Alexis Jones goes off the road. Now, how is his first sector? It is green. It is green. En route to being third, I guess. How about second sector? Or sector 2 if you want. Oh, only 2/10 down. This is a third place if he can hold it through the last corner. Also, the more I look at this track, the more I kind of think it looks like Nürburgring. It has those slight elevation changes, the fast S's, all that stuff. Oh, purple! Purple final sector, he is 5 thousandths of a second behind. What a lap. What a lap. I mean, it already looked good, but that just... I mean, that almost took Fisher out. 5,000. Let's just see his final sector. I don't actually have a final sector time, but he gained a quarter of a second on Fisher on his final sector. Oh, that's pretty impressive. And Fisher does not have a response just yet. How about Barker? Yeah, Barker is back. Is already on track. We'll follow him as he goes on with his... Well, he has time for 2 more laps, so that's what we'll see. Now, as I was saying, this track actually looks pretty okay. It looks like a slightly flatter Nürburgring. Which is... That's not a criticism at all, actually. Also a purple sector 3. Although in this case... It does bring him within it's less than a tenth of a second. We have 3 guys less than a tenth of a second apart. And as Julian says, yes, this is Nürburgring without the horrible arena section. That is true. I do not like the arena section. Anyway, let's go on here with Lukas Fisher. We are going to keep our eyes out for Colin Barker. Not Björn Peter, he is in the pits though. Taking those sausages hard. Wait, no. I gotta go here. Barker has a purple sector. I think he could have been a bit more of the outside going into that corner. Say that, I haven't driven this track, but... Oh, it is still a green sector, but he does lose time. How can he do what the other people have done coming in here? As Fisher retires somewhere else, I think he went off-road. So it's only him and Alexis Jones on track right now. Let's see. This is gonna be Barker. It is a pole position. 1:39.427. That is 2 thousandths ahead of Lukas Fisher, who is in turn 4 thousandths of a second ahead of Björn Peter. What a qualifying! Well then, that is that's tight. That is very tight. It's almost as if everyone just found something else for the the final sector of the track. Because that's where everyone gained time. That was on the final sector, which is what? 3 corners? I'm just gonna have to check a map of this actually. Or if you can hear my keyboard. I am just googling it now. Is it 2 or 3 corners, the final sector? 2 corners and a kink. Yeah, that makes sense. That is not a lot. Alright, we should be going... Yep. No, we just need 2 more cars in the grid. Why am I saying 3 more cars, and we'll have some lights on. This is gonna be 12 laps. 12 laps of thunder, or something. Should at least be 12 very close laps. Alright, everyone is on the grid. I take a deep breath. And there we go. First race underway, 12 laps. Let's go. Will we have shenanigans coming into T1? Fisher's on the inside, Barker on the outside. There is some lot of touching. Definitely some touching in the background. Stopinski goes wide. But it is Barker and Fisher coming out as expected on top. Björn Peter holding that 3rd place. Stopinski 4th-ish. No longer in 4th. Lovinovic is in 4th. Stopinski in 5th. Never mind, Stopinski is not... Is he? Stopinski in 5th. Oh, 4th, sorry. Lovinovic is in 5th. There we go. Mikael Klein in 6th, and Alexis Jones last. There we go. Let me just find the car comparison. Here we go. Whoa! Sausage! Wipeout! That was a wipeout! Wow! Oh, I wish we had a replay of that. That was quite a roll. Lovinovic just hit the sausage curb, and I think he did 2 barrel rolls on the track, almost hitting someone at the same time. But the car is still running though. I have no idea how beaten up it is, but it is still running. Wow. Okay, let's cut back up. We still have a race after all. There we go. First lap, it's gonna be Colin Barker, Lukas Fisher, and Bjorn Peter. And in 3 seconds down, it's gonna be Stapinski, Klein, Jones, and Mr. Barrel Roll, Salius, Laurinavicius. Wow. Is he still running? No pitting? No pitting, that's the spirit. Oh, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Oh, thank you for clearing that, Julian. Like, that is basically all we need for a highlight reel. Okay, Fisher and Barker. Fisher and Barker. Oh, we're just gonna quickly cut here. Will he do it again? He did not. Okay. He did not do it again. Well, I got an answer on what will the sausage curbs do anything? The answer is yes. Oh yes, Pavel, that was a massive roll. I mean, he sent that car... I mean, he sent it to the next country. Up to then, it's... the standings are unchanged. It's mostly gonna be a precision for the next 10 laps, but Fisher is not gonna let go of Barker. You know, with a bit of luck, we might actually see more cars roll. I'm allowed to say that, of course. But they are cutting that corner very close. Oh, they're fighting. Barker taking the defensive position. Bit of curb. And no, not room. Now I don't know if the Audi or the Link have the better top speed. But I would suppose the right thing to do on this track is take him on the braking zones. And not going into the fastest part of the track. Link better on the straight line. Well, you better tell Lukas Fisher that. Standings remain yet unchanged. Except, let's just cut back here a bit. Laurinavicius is catching Alexis Jones after his magnificent roll. Anyway, bumper to bumper once more. And, yeah, this time, oh, they're touching again, door to door. Oh, no, no slingshot? Yes, slingshot? No, oh. No, and back again. Going into the kink, still hitting each other. But now Barker is, oh, switching back, no. Well, Barker is gonna have the slipstream now. Klein will have the slipstream on Peter behind him. Oh, just not enough. Just not enough. This is cut back here. And it's Klein going past Peter. Or E3. And of course, Lovrinovich has gone past Jones. Lipinski still 5th. Let's see, we have 2 alphas here. Identical alphas nonetheless. Both with the 69 Honda. No, that is a 69 Alfa Romeo. It is nice. Julian, I expected you to be able to tell the difference. Let's go back up here. Parker, not letting go. Will he have the slipstream coming out on the main straight this time? Or will someone roll the car again? As we see the Germans behind him also fighting. And as Julian says, yeah, well, look, he only caught a glimpse of the side, and the all-inclusive livery has the same look. Yeah, but if you watch Touring Car long enough, you'll know that the all-inclusive liveries have black on them too. Those are just red and white. I digress though. Barker is on the offensive again. Fisher made a mistake, and the door is now open. The Alpha does not have nearly as much black as the German touring cars do. But sir... Ooh, Fisher taking some very weird lines here. And, well, that's it's a rallycross line. That's what they're doing. They're doing rallycross. Klein has pulled away from Peter now. But Fisher might be pulling away from Barker. Well, this is Barker's chance to get first in the standings, with his 2 main rivals not here today. But if you don't win, you don't get max points. And what's worse, Mikael Klein seems to be catching up to him. But still, 6 laps to go. Or 5 laps, actually. Ish. Lots of room to make big mistakes. And yes, it is true. Klein is going very fast right now. Could he can still go for a win at this pace. That is true. Arguably, anyone in top 4 can still win. I mean, especially Peter, actually. He just needs 2 guys ahead of him to run off, and someone else to get what's called complacent. But what is it with all the dirt people are picking up? We also see clouds from Fisher now. Rallycross line, best line. That's sage advice. That's sage advice. Okay, coming out here. Parker gaining some, but not enough to attack. But enough to pull him away from Klein, though. Ooh, I think Fisher made a mistake there. On the contrary, actually, it's Parker who made a mistake. Going in too deep, and now he's losing time. Parker is losing time. Let's go cut down here to Klein. Let's go on the bomber cam, which I haven't used for over 10 minutes, and that's why I must use it. Going through the Lithuanian corner of honor. I've called it now. Ooh, getting close there. Only 1.5 seconds dividing the first 3 guys. Can definitely still have a lead change. Now let's see, does Klein have the slipstream? Yeah, he does. Again, Julian in the chat. Fun fact. Czechia, there is a national rallycross league, and they race not a single round in the country. I really don't get that, but okay, sure. Whatever floats your boat, country. Now Klein is losing position, losing traction again, ground, all those words. And Barker is in turn gaining it. Which also means Björn Peter is catching up again. We just go a bit further behind. And this is only like 5 seconds behind Peter. We have Stopinski. And I don't have a name for him. Captain Roller Car. And the guy who's gonna be in pole for the next race, Alexis Jones. Now, less than a second. Yes, the slipstream, but there is too much ground to gain up there if he wants to win. Fisher has over a second to Barker, who has more or less a second to Klein. And then there is some daylight down to Peter. You may just have well, a full grid now at this point. A full result, basically. At least I don't see anyone making any stupid mistakes at this point. Unless, of course, let's just see. Bit cruel to watch a guy to see if he rolls again, but you never know. He did not. Alright, so back to top 4. We'll be down to 2 laps to go in a moment. Everyone seems to have relaxed a bit. Spread out by a second or so. One is gaining ground. That Barger, kinda. Almost up for us. Almost within the second, but not quite. Everyone is content just to come home and take the points. Well, we might as well take the moment to discuss the rest of the season, which is going to be Shanghai, Salzburg Ring, Silverstone, and Imola. All fine decent tracks, and you know, I hope we'll see a lot of people for them. Last lap. I've personally been talking to several people who might actually be interested in joining. And hey, if you're watching this, you might even be interested in joining. And I'm sure someone in the chat will drop a Discord link if I ask them to. Oh, you know, on the off chance you're watching. Yeah, there we go, Julian, just a second. The fun doesn't stop just because we're in the last lap. Except in this case, it kinda does. We're just waiting for race 2, which is gonna be 15 laps with a reverse grid. Not many corners to go. The time is ever to check some statistics on Lukas Fisher. Let's see here. See, what did he do last? Yeah, he raced at Daytona, Sonoma, Indianapolis, Road America, and Mid-Ohio last season. Winning several, but not quite all. And that is the finish line. Well, okay, it was like 5 seconds ago, but everyone crosses the line as expected. Just casually sitting here, doing some stats. Lukas was S1 champion, sorry. I wasn't here for season 1, okay? Sometimes I mentally wasn't here for season 2 either. But I do wish Kirkhill was here to challenge him. But for whatever reason, he is not. And Björn Peter was runner-up in season 1. Again, I wasn't here for season 1. Now here's something interesting. The race winner and the fastest lap is not the same guy. That goes to Mikael Klein. Unusual, but sure. Just mentioning it. What am I doing? Bonus points to Klein. I'm not sure it counts, but I'll take it. Yeah, sure. Bonus points. It's leaderboard. Where is Lukas? Is Lukas? He is not here on the list, actually. It is in the rules. Now we know that bonus points give... Oh, fast lap gives bonus points. And as confirmed, yeah, Lukas Fisher not on the leaderboard this season. And would you not, game? I'd be a lot happier if you didn't do that. But that is the server switching sessions. Well, let's just... Wrong video. There we go. And I'm blinded by the camera. I'm not blinded by the monitor. That's just wonderful, isn't it? But we can see Jan Peter and Colin Barker were in the championship. Stopinski, Lovrevičius, Alexis Jones. And those are the people here who were present last time. Can I have a session, please? I can. But I mean, this is only the second round, so we'll have a lot of time to see what happens. I just double check the rules. As people are in a garage for another 6 seconds, I might not have been the only one caught off guard here. Okay, we have lights on. The lights are on. Alexis Jones is in the lead. And we are off, and there is... Ooh, Lukas Fisher hit someone. It was one of the Alphas got a... Yeah, it was Klein. Klein did not get off the start line, and he was just bumped in the butt by Lukas Fisher. Does it have some T1 chaos? Alexis Jones actually holds the lead. Where is Lukas? Lukas is still running, I know. But it is like Irvin Sheldon's when he was P1 in race 2 at Bathurst. And there's chaos. People are dead. Jones went off-road. Lovrevičius went off-road. And they just took out several guys. Oh lord. Oh lord. That made it 2 for 2 for Lovrevičius in spectacular incidents today. Although in his defense, that wasn't really his fault. I mean, once a car goes on the grass, you're a passenger. And I think he was hit by Stopinski. Although I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, the guy who stalled on the start line, Mikael Klein, leading. Probably by the virtue of being the only one not involved with a crash so far. Colin Barker is up to P2, Jan Peter P3. Alexis Jones is currently holding up everyone. That's fun. And here comes Lukas Fisher. Julian is calling it now. It is Klein's race to lose. We'll see. As Fisher comes in, eats up Stopinski. And Alexis goes off-road, and that should lead Fisher by. Easily. Cool 4.5 seconds up. And let's go look at Barker then. It is not a wrong assumption to say that this is Klein's race to lose, but weird stuff happens here. Especially on lap 1. Let's just, on the off chance Lovrevičius gets into another fun moment, let's just look at him. Sorry buddy, I love you, but you have been very interesting to watch so far, as Stopinski attacks Jones. Or at least tries to attack. Whoa! Bit of drifting here by Alexis. As we can see how much the All-Link car actually is black on its side compared to an Alpha, which is a lot less black on the side. Consider that a throwback to race 1. So it's Mikael Klein for Colin Barger, Björn Peter, Lukas Fisher, Penske, Jones, Lovinovich. Why? Yeah, he's still last. Okay. Fisher has already taken half a second on Klein, though. And surely he is on the chase. We are already spread out, but this is gonna be a different race. This is gonna be a chase race. Everyone is gonna go fast now. Barger chases Klein, Fisher chases Peter. Lovinovich chases the field again. And Jones chases Stopinski. Ish. Oh, don't take the sausage. Don't eat the sausage, perhaps. Now, does Barger have some kind of slipstream? He does not. As we had just been told, someone had sausage for dinner. I had sausage yesterday. I bought 1.5 kilos of cheese sausage for €5. Yes, this is important knowledge. Yes, my freezer is full of sausage. As we have 2 Germans going on, it is... I don't know if anyone is from East Germany, but it's East Germany versus West Germany, I've decided. An Eastern car versus a Western car. In that the link is actually Chinese, despite being kind of Swedish. Weird details. Anyway, Fisher has gained a second on Klein now, since the incident. So, yeah, sure, it's Klein's race to lose, but... well, he can actually still lose it. So far, he is holding Barger behind him. Now, we can't see how much aero damage Fisher has after his, well, it's not even a T1 incident. It was an incident. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now, again, Fisher attacking too early in that final sector. He did the same thing in race 1. I'm no expert, but he should just wait. Still, that straight line speed comes in handy now, as Fisher goes into P3. Starting grid faux pas, as Julian suggests. Yeah, it is. But it also happened last race, last round. Someone simply just does not get off the grid in time. And you're in the wrong revs, you're in the wrong gear, whatever. And suddenly there's a car hitting you in the butt. We've all been there. But Barger is catching up Klein now. And I believe it was Klein who was the slow starter in this race. Yeah, it had to be, actually. He had to be in front of Fisher. Yeah, that would make sense. Now let's see, Fisher has 2 seconds to Barger, so... we'll see who chases it, and we'll see if Peter actually goes on the counterattack behind him. And Julian, how do you drive off in 3rd gear? That's Impressive. Also, casual Discord link in the chat. Hint, hint. If you want to hear more stories about how Julian breaks cars. Peter has not let go of Fisher, though. Cut to that in a moment here, yeah. Not quite letting go. Oh, let's just go back here. Lovinovich has actually caught up to... gone past Jones. 6 seconds up to Stopinski, though. Who is once again just running 5th. Alone in the world. It less alone is Barker and Klein, who are consistently around half a second apart. Let's see. Slipstream, please. Ah, he has the slipstream. But he's not quite sucking enough. Behind them, Peter is not catching Fisher either, but Fisher is not catching at all, though. I would say my only advice is to go fast and don't crash. Because that is definitely the situation we're in right now. Don't crash. Julian says, isn't that just advice for every race? Perhaps. Perhaps. But Klein is doing some work right now. He is actually setting Barker and Fisher by some time. And losing that time again, but... that is how it is sometimes. Okay, Fisher has made it under 3 seconds, the 3-second mark up to Klein. But with no slipstream, that is a tall order to catch up on. Are halfway-ish in the race, so... But for the sake of it, let's go look at someone else. Nope. That wasn't fun. Let's go back to Barker. Whoa! And there goes Klein into the sand. And it's Colin's chance. Klein is immediately going into defense. Had a race to lose, and now he might actually be losing it. And what's worse is that this is gonna let Fisher get in. He already had taken hell of a second on Klein. He definitely has the suction now. And Barker launch an attack. Does not quite appear. I think Klein has actually saved it again. By some divine grace, losing time didn't actually kill him. But he do not want to make that mistake once more. Thing is, I don't think Barker has the necessary aggression willing to take this. If he wants to take Klein, he has to make a big move, and I don't think he's willing to make that big move. Willing to threaten, he is willing to stand behind him and intimidate him, but actually attack, haven't seen that yet. But I would like to be proven wrong. Fisher is back to 3 seconds behind. Fisher has completely let go of Fisher down at P4. On the subject of who has the fastest lap, that is currently Lukas Fisher with a 1:39.490. And Barker also has a better fastest lap than Klein does. But none of that seems to matter right now. Oh, we got a yellow. Lovrenovich is off again. I have no clue what happened. Oh, did he hit a sausage curb again? I think he hit a sausage curb. And then just parked the car sideways. I just get a yellow notification. I don't know what actually happened. Well, it is not his evening. Moving back. For the umpteenth time today, Barker is chasing someone with a slipstream. And for the umpteenth time today, it is not gonna matter, I think. Klein new fastest lap. Let's see what it says. No, Klein has a 1:39.549. Yet it is his personal fastest, but Fisher still has the overall fastest lap. Although now Barker is back up here. And drops back down again. This battle is hard to get smart on because every time Klein makes a mistake, he immediately recovers from it. And no one behind him can actually exploit it. do not have a lot of laps left to settle this, so... yeah. I know we've been a lot on Colin Barker's cam today, but... it has simply been the best place to have a camera. As he is perpetually second. Oh, Fisher is pushing behind, but not gaining from it. Except when he does, then he loses it again. But still, if Klein and Barker collides, and that is a possibility, never outrule it, then we have a different race again. The thing is, I don't think... Barker is not the overly aggressive and desperate type, and that's what helped him in Season 2. He kept his cool when everyone was attacking. Which is great if you know, you're not P2. Like, when you're racing for P3, P4, like he was last season, that's a great strategy. But here he actually does need to attack. Because there's no reason to let a guy just get ahead. But I think Barker may just let go, actually. It's just, sorry for the yawning. I got up at 6 AM today. Let's just do a quick status here. Michael Klein leads. And has done so for a long time. And it's Colin Barker, Lukas Fisher, Jan Peter, Pavel Stopinski, Mr. Double Crash, Saulius Lobinovicius, and Alexis Jones. Sorry we haven't looked that much at Stopinski and Jones, but not much have happened around them. Klein just mows a bit of a lawn again. Alright, Barker is within a second again. He lost it. Never mind. Two more laps to go when they cross the line. Again, we are racing Shanghai next week. That'll be fun. That's an okay track, actually. Just for the record, Fisher still holds the fastest lap. Wait, that's a 1:39.489. Klein then comes in at a 1:39.549, and Barker with a 1:39.578. we're just gonna stay on Klein here for his victory lap. We are entering final lap of the stream. Yeah, Barker is... he's making moves, but it is a moment of desperation. And also a moment of Klein just easing up the pressure. Bit of curb, bit of curb. Barker, are you making a move? Will Klein manage to bottle it on the last lap? That'll be interesting. Now, again, I think he kinda recovers from it. Somehow, apparently. Oh, or maybe he did not. That was not the accurate line for this. Can Barker attack now? Oh, what? Yeah, 2 corners left? No, 1 kink and 2 corners left. Barker doesn't take the most aggressive line here. It is... Oh, no. Klein takes it. Klein takes the race in front of Colin Barker, Lukas Fisher. And making up P4 here is Björn Peter. And that leaves us with Pavel Stupinski, who we haven't mentioned a lot really, because he's just been here. He's a guy we have mentioned, Lovrenovicius, who has done quite a lot of moves here to go on his roof several times. And making up the numbers is Alexis Jones, who, you know, has completed 2 races, and its points, it's acceptable. But today's winners are Michael Klein and Lukas Fisher, and Colin Barker in second. It is actually, the podium is just reversed several times. It is GG, well played. Indeed. As we just get to see the best laps here. Then we'll just cut to a screen with my very pretty face on it. Did I mention I've been at the hairdresser today? Barber? I look good. This is why I come with handsome flowers. But that is actually today's stream. And hope you'll join us next week for Shanghai. Just at the very end of summer, at the 31st of August. And until then, here's a message. That is Alex Yoda, who I'm saying I really need to learn how to set this car up. Maybe you do. And maybe you'll learn it until next week. From all of us at TRACC, it has been a pleasure to have you here, and I hope we'll see you next week. Goodbye.